Good evening. I'm Bryant Keith Alexander, the Dean of the College of Communication and Fine Arts here at LMU, and it's a great opportunity to welcome you to this wonderful event. Hi, Stephen. I'm really sorry that I cannot be here this evening in Amundsen because I'm actually at Dickinson University presenting a lecture entitled Queer Intersectionalities, the Communicative Dimensions of Race, Masculinity, and Sexuality, celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Clark Forum for Contemporary Issues. I believe that there is a wonderful irony in this current moment. The irony is in that these presentations, meaning the celebration of the return of the gay rub back here at LMU, my presentation at Dickinson, and our LMU celebration of the 10th anniversary of LGBT student services are all connected. Let me show you how. The Gay Rub is a project devoted to collecting rubbings from LGBTQ+ historical markers, signs, tombstones, cenotaphs, plaques, and monuments as a form of commemoration and remembrance, bringing these represented lives together from their sometimes despised, disposed, desperate, and disparate locations from around the world, not only to make a collective exhibition, but to give collective presence to the multitude of lives that contributed by virtue of their existence and their activism in small and large ways to the historiography of LGBTQ+ lives. For me, the exhibition is a visibility project to the lives of many from cloistered past in our collective national and global history to be shown and viewed and circulated in environments before diverse audiences as celebration, as commemoration. The exhibition engages art as critical artistic expression, art as social and cultural impression making, art as communication, art as historiography, and art as political and social activism. And similarly, the presentation that I'm giving at Dickinson University uses critical autoethnographic narratives of my own lived experiences as a Black, gay, academic, teacher, scholar, Catholic boy, among so many other things, negotiating the borders and boundaries of race, of masculinity and sexuality, and multiple aspects of my personal, public, and professional life. The work critiques and comments on variables that have historically kept so many people like me, and maybe like you in the audience, trapped in reductive places of social ridicule, never being free to be fully present, to be fully alive in the world as we struggle under the regimes of heteronormative masculinity and what that has traditionally meant in this country, what it means to be real, what it means to be a real man, always in relation to what it means to be a woman or to be a real woman, or the sometimes denigrated disposition of what it means to be a person living betwixt and between, like our trans brothers and sisters longing to be and become fully alive in a world in which sex, sexuality, and the performativity of gender has always served as social markers of our measurement and valuation. And of course, the 10th year celebration of LMU having LGBT student services on this Catholic University campus is also a commemoration, but not of the bravery of a Catholic university to recognize the lives of LGBTQ+ community in such a way, but in fact, to recognize how this Catholic university in the Jesuit and Marymount traditions boldly lives up to its mission of embracing the humanity, the beauty, and the wonder of diversity in its many, many forms, to which we, as a university, consistently celebrate on this campus. And to that extent, LMU lives up to our mission as the first university to host the Gay Rub exhibition after its inaugural exhibit at the One Gallery in West Hollywood in 2014. And we are one of few AJCU campuses to even have a brick and mortar space on campus dedicated to LGBT student services. The Gay Rub, the exhibition that is, has since traveled the country and has been experienced by thousands, validating the lives of those who lived and those members of the LGBTQ+ community who are living life boldly. LMU has an anchor to that trajectory, and this important work of art and history is now recognized by a short documentary film by Michael J. Saul, of which LMU is partly presented, and you will get to see that documentary this evening. Each, the exhibition, my presentation today at Dickinson, and the anniversary celebration of the LGBT student services here at LMU serve as a rub, if you will, as a rub, pressing our lives and existence against the history of our ancestors, as a rub in a particular and central performance of our Catholicity at LMU to engage in radical inclusiveness and a commitment to emancipation of all life, as a rub against the still social friction that circulates around the presence and thriving of LGBTQ lives, but fighting back with a resistance that leaves not just bruises, but its own impressions of our possibilities and potentialities, as a rub in making that which was socially and culturally conceived as wrong, right, as human, visibly present in the world. And as a rub in relation to the public intimacies of sharing and being altogether queer, but not the reductive fixation on sex and sexuality, but on our creativity, on intellect, and our living, loving lives that resist the regimes of the normal as performative acts of social justice and lives yearning to be free. All who are here this evening stand in the nexus of such possibilities as we welcome the Gay Rub back to LMU, as we celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the LGBT student services, and as we particularly welcome our honorary LMU Lion, Stephen Rains, back to campus. Stephen Rains is a Los Angeles-based poet and educator. He was appointed the first poet laureate of West Hollywood. Alongside over a dozen chapbooks, he has published the collection Inheritance and Your Dead Body is My Welcome Mat, a title that I absolutely love. Rains holds a BA in creative writing from the University of South Florida, a Master's of Clinical Psychology from Antioch University, and is a 11-time recipient of the Los Angeles County Departments of Cultural Affairs Artist in Residence grant. He edited My Life is Poetry, featuring his students in the first ever autobiographical poetry workshop for LGBT seniors, and has lectured and taught writing workshops around the country to LGBT youth and people living with HIV/AIDS. Currently, he is at work on a new collection of poetry. Please join me in welcoming Stephen back to campus. Thank you.